What's up everybody, my name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still supporting.
Alright man, I'm back with another video, man. Before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 76 to the best of my knowledge. Now, y'all already know. I started this series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are. It is week 76. Y'all asked me to keep going and keep moving forward, so that's what I'm doing. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. I said chat at the comment section, but you know I said during the lives as well. But sign up. It will be pinned at the top of the comment section, and it's free to sign up. We talk a little bit more than sneakers over there. We definitely talk a lot of sneakers, but we talk music, we talk sports, we got a food section, we got a sports section, so fitness section, you know what I'm saying? We got a lounge, so come on over and join the team, man. But anyway, and if I didn't say it in the beginning, y'all definitely smash that like button and sub up. But enough rambling, let's just get into this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, like I said, I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So pretty much, we're gonna start things off right back on this Saturday. Pretty much, the kid had to run errands, man. And actually, ironically, this has probably been one of the better weeks for the DMV, which y'all know that's the area that I'm based out of. And it finally haven't actually rained this week, which actually caught the kid off guard, which if it did rain, I wasn't out and about. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's just start right on to Saturday. So the kid had to make moves, run errands, and the kid stepped in none other. And I brought out a shoe that I'm pretty sure I've had worn this at least once. No, this is my first time wearing this. And this is the Crenshaw Skate Club Nike SB Dunks. And this is a shoe that Dunks definitely inspired me to buy. Y'all know I had to do the laces kind of different. I didn't want to do the traditional laces that came in these guys. No, y'all know I had to come off the hip with the chips with these, but definitely a shoe you definitely got to bring in. And this shoe basically is a great description of me and Dunk's childhood, man, right? Okay, and even though I'm holding up one shoe, the bottom of this, I know Dunk's got these guys. I think he even had to pay resale on these, but I think it's safe to say that we both definitely want to make sure that we had this shoe in our collection. So I actually wore this one to the barbershop, and I'm probably, at the time that I'm shooting this video, probably overdue to go back to the barber, but I got a schedule going on with him. But anyway, this was my Saturday shoe, and yeah, man, y'all know I'm a sucker for yellow, so that's why you're probably gonna see on the on feet portion, y'all see I put those yellow laces into the guys. I think it pops, even though I got one, like, I guess you can say this is like a maroon colorway. I definitely want to still incorporate that yellow. I don't know why, but I'm a major sucker for the color yellow, and you guys should already know this if you're not new to the channel, but if you are, hey, there you go right there. So pretty much, this was my Saturday shoe, was the Nike SB, and this is the Nike SB Dunk Crenshaw Skate Club, right? Okay, these were definitely a hard cop for retail, but I know me and Dunks tried our very, very, very best. But anyway, this was my Saturday shoe. Now we're gonna move right along on to Sunday. Now, at this point, you guys should know Sunday, I try my very best to do absolutely positively nothing. I mean, almost impossible for me because I have something on the schedule. Even when I have nothing to do, there's always something to do. I'm one of those people that believe, like, even if there's nothing you do, you can find something to do if you really put your, if you use your noggin up here. But anyway, Sunday, pretty much, I did what I had to do throughout the day, but after a certain time, I cut everything off because I like for Sunday to be like my me time. So pretty much that means I was in the crib just chilling. So Sunday, the kid was in none other than his old faithful YEEZY slides. Worst case scenario, I may have grabbed some food and I may have just run some errands and grabbed some you know what, but that's about it, worst case scenario. But I kept it simple in the YEEZY slides. So pretty much this was my Sunday shoe. Now I know you can see my pair are pretty much beat, and I know they've been Adidas have been selling the remaining stock of the Yeezy slides, but to be honest, and all the other Yeezys that they have made up, but to be honest, there was just really no major need for me to really actually get a pair of Yeezys at this time, man. So like, even though these pairs are beat, I got plenty of slides in stock that I'm like, hey, I'm good on it right now. I don't really need to stress or worry about it. So pretty much, this is my Sunday shoe. This is my around the house, take out the trash. You know what it is. And these are definitely super duper comfortable. So if you haven't gotten a pair and you're on the fence and there's still some available on the Confirm app, and I'm talking the Adidas Confirm app, do your foot the favor and grab a pair. So pretty much this was my Sunday shoe. Now we're gonna move right along on to Monday. Want to bring out something just, you know, I don't wear enough because it's definitely a unique color palette that I'm not necessarily used to, but I'm not afraid to step out of my color palette. So pretty much, y'all know I work a full-time job, so on Monday, right back at the work, and the kid stepped in none other than the Grateful Dead Nike SB Dunk, and this is the green colorway. Y'all know they did 3 different colorways. Now, y'all know I do own the yellow pair, which should be right over in here somewhere. Hopefully, I can point to it correctly. I think I got it, boom, right here. But yeah, this is the pair that I wore with the green pair. I don't necessarily have a favorite. The only color that I'm not owning is the orange pair. Now, to the best of my knowledge, the orange pair was only skate shops only, so it's been kind of hard for me to grab my hands on a pair of those. Now, I've had the opportunity, but at my time that probably I could have the opportunity, my pocketbook, aka my wallet, was not matching what they wanted, and I understand how these resellers are. In fact, I'm looking at a shoe right now and people are, yeah, it's kind of almost, yeah, it's almost not worth it, but I'm not gonna rebuild that just yet. But anyway, this was my Monday shoe, was the Grateful Dead Nike SB Dunk. Arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection that I don't wear enough, but at the same time, I feel like it's a special occasion shoe, but I stopped doing the whole special occasion thing with the exception of like maybe like 1 or 2, mainly because, man, rock your sneakers, man. That's what they're meant to be. Get a fit together. If you don't got one, go get one if you can, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this was my Monday shoe, was the Nike SB Dunk Grateful Dead. Cool, now we're gonna move right along on to Tuesday, right back at the work. Y'all know the kid worked a full-time job. I know y'all probably like, yo, we get it. Anyway, stepped in none other than the French Blue 12s, man. Now I'm pretty much probably told you guys the story behind these. I remember when East Bay was a thing, which it was a part of the whole Foot Locker chain. Pretty much, I had 2 in the cart and I had to cop 2. So I ended up copping 2 and I ended up selling 1. Pretty much, I gave that person probably a sweet deal on these guys right here. But y'all know me, I'm more of a red color guy, but this just shows you that I'm not afraid to step out of my color palette. Even though the back does feature that red on there, it's just enough for me. And I know it's not one of these crazy shoes that everybody kind of goes for, but it is arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And I know I've told you guys time and time again that in my collection, the most, I have the Jordan 1s and the Jordan 12s, right? Okay, so French Blue 12s is what I rocked on Tuesday. These joints, when did they come out, man? Yeah, 2015. So if I'm not mistaken, if they didn't drop 2015, they definitely dropped in 2016, but the production date on these is 2015. So pretty much, yeah, another shoe that I used to rock a lot back in the day, but I'm not ashamed of them. So yeah, definitely like these guys, but this was my Tuesday shoe. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Wednesday. Arguably, and I probably say this about my collection because I've really tightened it up, this is one of the favorite shoes in my collection that I don't wear enough, and rumors is they're supposed to be bringing the shoe back in 2025, which ironically, before shooting this video, I was just having this conversation in the Sold Out Discord, shameless plug, like, yo, why we be worried about 2025 whenever we only halfway through 2024? You know, but that's just me, and I know this is what us sneakerheads kind of do. It's not a shot or diss or anybody, but I always kind of, you know, it always makes me think. But anyway, on Wednesday, kid stepped in none other than the white cement Air Jordan 4s. As you can see, and the camera's not gonna do this any justice, but if you saw these in person, which you would probably say they're still, everybody always says my shoes are in good condition. Everybody who's really not into collecting sneakers, or maybe they are, they're like, yo, your shoes are in great condition. I'm like, yo, this shoe is really, really old. But there's yelling on this shoe, but the Nike check on the back of these, I can't get rid of these. Even if I get an updated version in 2025, I'm not gonna sell these. I mean, like, these joints is fire. Production dates on these was 2015 as well, but I'm almost positive they probably dropped in 2016 if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. But I'm looking at the production date on these guys. Arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. It has all the colors that I rock on a regular basis. Look, red here, red on the shoe right here. We got it on the red on the Jumpman. I wear black, you know what I'm saying? Got that on there. I like gray. I've told you guys that 100 times. I'm a sucker for the color gray because it's so neutral. And of course, y'all know I rock a white tee in almost majority, if not all of my videos. So this shoe just had to come home to me, right? Okay. And I remember at first, I really almost borderline told my coworker at the time that I didn't like it. And then when I showed up rocking a pair, they felt some type of way. And I completely understand. But anyway, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the white cement Air Jordan 4. Cool, now we're gonna move right along to Thursday. I wanna just grab like, not necessarily an oldie, but a shoe that it is old, but I don't, like, this is my thing. And I'm trying to preach you guys. Wear your sneakers or else. Yes, they look great in decoration. Yes, when and or if I ever have anybody over the critter like, yo, that's dope. But these shoes are getting worn. They're not just meant to sit back here and just look cool for a background for a YouTube video. But anyway, stepping in, Thursday the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 13. And if I'm not mistaken, these are definitely called the Breads. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know there's another black and red colorway, but I think these are officially called the Breads right here. Now, I can't remember if these features 3M. If they do, it should pop up on the camera. If they don't, now, if you look at my pair, they kind of been through the ringer. At one point when I had this shoe, I ain't gonna lie, man, like I used to step out back in the day with the homies and I used to wear these joints to the club, and I never forget, people used to spill stuff and step all over my sneakers. This is one of those shoes that got stepped on. And what killed me is, fun fact, right? I stepped out before with a person I was cool with. I went and got drinks for everybody. Probably shouldn't be telling this, but whatever. I accidentally stepped on homie's shoe, which he was in some all white forces, which I get it. But my joints still topped these at the time, and I think he wanted to fight me, but he measured me up, pause, and he didn't really step to me. Plus he saw that I wasn't by myself. He was with his shorty, but I was with the crew. It was just not fair, you know what I'm saying? But but this is the thing. I apologize though. I said my bad, cause you know, if anybody's gonna understand, it's gonna be me, right? Okay. But anyway, homie got over it at the time, but I don't think he really like, maybe, I don't know, he still felt some type of way, but he didn't do nothing anyway. But anyway, this was my Thursday shoe, was the Air Jordan 13, and these are the Breads, which is short for black and red for the people who don't know, right? Okay, now we're gonna close out pretty much for Friday. I think I just was in my bag to close out the rest of the week for just my shoes that I don't wear enough that I still like, but they're not like super crazy hype, if that makes sense at all. But anyway, on Friday, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 7 Bordeaux. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock, most collectors or people who are into sneakers, 7s are not necessarily, let's just say, the all-time favorite. Like when we break it down every time, 7 usually falls to the bottom of the list. But this one right here has a special place in my heart. And if I'm not mistaken, right, I believe he wore these in Space Jam. If he didn't wear them in Space Jam, I think I've also seen Michael Jordan actually wear these somewhere. If I can find an old photo, I will definitely see what I can do. But yeah, it's definitely a shoe that hits close to home, and I'll never forget. The only thing that I don't like about my pair, the previous pair before these, the shoestring tips, they used to have the metal shoestring tips on these, and these don't. So like when this pair dropped, what was 2015? As you can see, man, 2015, the kid really was just going in, right? Okay, so arguably, I will say this too. If you don't know this, Air Jordan 7s, super duper comfortable. If you're looking for a comfortable shoe, do your feet the favor, Air Jordan 7. Is it the most stylish? Debatable. Is it the most drip? Debatable. But I will say, definitely super duper comfortable. And I'm not gonna say it's the most comfortable, but this was my Friday shoe, was an Air Jordan 7 Bordeaux. All right, man, and that pretty much completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week, man, for week, 76? Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. Other than that, man, I'm definitely going to go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.